Morning, Arthur from Smithworks Automotive again. Episode 2. Initially the plan was to rebuild rocker panels today. Unfortunately, full disclosure, I didn't do my homework properly and I realized that it doesn't have rocker panels, it's got dorsals. Quick explanation, difference between the two. Rocker panel runs full length of the car between the wheels, and the dorsal literally just sits between the beginning and the end of the door. In the Spitfire's case, the back of the door is basically on the rear wheels, and then the rocker runs down to just in front of the door, and then from there you've got another panel that feeds into the bulkhead, so a separate panel. So a slight misterminology or terminology issue there, but in any case, same thing at the end of the day, just a different way of doing it. Again, going to start on the left hand side of the car, on the right hand side of the car where most of the damage is. Fix that up, and at the same time I'm going to make another dorsal for the other side as well, considering that one is quite crusty. It's not great, it has been fixed. We are going through all this effort, so we might as well do everything again. You'll see Liam behind me again, so my apprentice with me today to help. And then, yeah, let's get going. Okay, so here, we did a short episode where we made the braces that fits into the side of the car. And just to give you an idea of how the brace worked out, my esteemed colleague will demonstrate how easily the door opens and closes now. So the braces definitely did its thing. Okay, so this is where we are. Sorry, shabby lighting again. But there's the start of a dorsal. Try and get it right from the beginning. Now there's the start of a dorsal, and then it runs down to just in front of the door where you see the bulge there, and that's basically where it ends. All that that's non-existent basically. That's all part of the bulkhead and the substructure, which is a separate panel, and that will then be the panel that we're going to be making today. I think what we'll do first, just to give us a bit more space, also this car's not in the workshop, customer cars are in the workshop, so I'm actually doing this in my garage, so space is limited as the garage is also a store place, so space is a bit of an issue here. Yeah, take the door off and then we'll start pulling out that panel. Let's get cracking on it.
Okay, so unfortunately Arthur had to go to the toilet real quickly, so I thought why not steal his video quickly. So what I'm gonna do here, or what we're gonna do, I'm gonna tell him I'm the boss now. So we're gonna clean the flanges out so we can see where the spot welds are. And we're gonna drill the spot welds out so we can take this off and start fixing it.
Okay, so with the gun core cleaned off, you get a better idea of where the spot welds are. So we're going to start drilling them out one by one. This part I'm not too worried about going through because most of this metal is going to be replaced in any case. But on these sections here, we want to try and not drill through the second panel. We want to try and weld back into it. You do get proper drill bits for spot weld removal. They're extremely pricey and you only get them in short bits. And in a case like this, they tend to be too short. You can't reach to get the spot weld out. So I'm just going to use a normal drill bit in this case. Okay, so as you could tell, things didn't go exactly as planned. The reason for that was this inner dorsal was replaced previously, and it wasn't spot welded in. It looks like they either brazed it in or they welded like they didn't want it to come off again. So at the end of the day we resorted to physical violence and cut it out with the angle grinder, and then that led me to my next bit that I was a bit concerned about, and that's this inner stiffener that sits inside the car. I was hoping that this is a separate panel, but it's not. It looks like it's all part of the inner door or the inner skin of the frame. So it's basically it looks like it all ties in with this panel coming down here and then back up to this one coming up here. I'll have a look at this now, and then we'll make up our mind, decide what we're going to do. If we're going to carry on working with this, getting the string finish sorted first, and then building the outer skin or the dorsal and welding that into spot, or what exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so slight change of plan on how we're going to do things. This panel running from here through to the front of the car seems to be one panel. I've been thinking about making one panel or what exactly I'm going to do there. My only concern with making one panel is getting this bump in the plate here and there right. So it's a bit of a tricky one. So what I'm thinking of doing is splitting to the two, or to making two separate plates, joining them in the middle. So making a plate that fits or repairs this section, and then a separate panel that does that side. This side is a double panel, so you've got the outer panel and then there's another panel on the inside. That panel basically drops off here, so it's just a small support that then gets spot welded into place, and nothing major. That panel does seem to be in relatively good nick. It might just need a bit of cleaning up. I'll have a look when I've got this off. But what I think I'm going to be doing is, instead of doing one solid plate replacement, is to do them in sections. So doing a front off and then, or rear off and then a front off, and joining them up in the middle with a decent weld, maybe even putting a bit of a brace on the inside, just to give that plate more support. Once that's done, then we can have a look at making the inner sill, and then I'll see if I'm going to move over to the outer sill, or if I do that side first, or if I finish this side completely. There's a bit of metal work that needs to be done here, and there's quite a bit of metal work that needs to be done in the front floor as well. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm going to tackle this off first, and then we'll see. Okay, so yesterday didn't work out exactly as planned. If you live in South Africa, then you probably know all about our load shedding issues. So yeah, yesterday wasn't a good day for us, but back in it today. Liam's not with me today, so I'm on my own doing all this. So yeah, let's get going. I am going to do the split panels like I said yesterday. First step is going to be cut and bend this plate, get this into position, and then once this is done, then gonna have a look at doing the front section. Yeah, probably gonna stop up here and then do that front section in a separate video. I think that's probably gonna be best. Yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, so we've now cut out all the crust on the inside, well, what was left of it. So we've cut all of those bits out, and I've made the replacement plate that will take its new spot in here once everything is done. You will see that it's miles down to the ground. There's a reason for that. I'm not yet 100% sure about how far the reach is down here, and then for the inner sill, how far that reaches. If I cut it too short, it means I'm going to have to make it longer. If I make it longer, then I can build these two panels on top of here and cut off the excess when I'm done. So that's the idea that I've got going there. I need to do a bit of homework with regards to this front kick over here. I'm not sure exactly how this panel and the floor ties in together. The rest of the car, the floor, so on it, where you've got the inner sill that sits like that, the floor goes in underneath it and gets spot welded from underneath the car. In the front, in the corner, I need to go and do some homework. I'm not 100% sure what happens there. That's why I've decided to stop the new replacement panel in that spot over there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to weld this into the back and into the front. I'm not going to weld it onto here because this is getting replaced. I'm going to have to make a new corner finisher in the front and in the back. This whole panel will be replaced along with the run-on outside. You can see how much of it's cut out and missing. So all of this will have to be rebuilt. I don't want to go and cut out all of this stuff as yet. This panel at the moment gives me an indication of line, so that I can get the top edge of this panel in place. This is also a little bit longer than it should be. Once all the spot welds are in place and everything is bolted in, I'll climb in and cut everything down to size. So this is a bit bigger than it needs to be. So yeah, let's weld it in place and then take it from there. Okay, there we have the new kick plate or rocker panel in place. FYI, yes, this is a rocker plate. So this bit that goes over, that would be your sill, and then this piece here effectively is a rocker. Looking pretty good. I'm happy with what we've got here. You would have noticed that I didn't do too much welding on the front. Simple reason for that is I don't know exactly what's going to happen in the front. I need to go and see how much is left of the other side, and then from there I can make up my mind how I'm going to fix the front section and tie these two bits together. So that's where we are now. So unfortunately, sorry for a very lackluster episode this week. We've been running around a little bit this week, and things have not exactly been going according to plan. But yeah, at least we're getting an episode out, and there's a bit more steel on this side on this car than there used to be. So all in all, a good day's work. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. These things do mean a lot to us. We also read all your comments, so if you've got any comments, any suggestions, please let us know, and we can use that to give you guys a better channel. So basically, yeah, that's it from me. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Cheers.